chance to look at those 8 photos, there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer here, in terms of some of you may have had slightly different moods. Just to talk broadly about some of them though, of course these are photographs, and with each of these photographs, the photographer is trying to create a certain mood in their pictures. So with this picture down here, it's a little girl sitting on a beach, she's got a lantern behind her, the sun is either setting or rising, but these quite warm orange colours, the fact it's a small young girl, there's a lantern behind her, they suggest something that's quite relaxing, quite warm, and equally, over here we've got the sun just rising by the looks of it behind this hill, and you can just see the mist starting to burn off the river. It looks quite pretty, quite peaceful, quite calm. But contrast that with some of these photos here, where it's very dark, it seems quite menacing. You've got these trees forming a tunnel. Where does the tunnel go? Who knows, but as someone who's looking at the photo, it looks quite dark, it looks quite menacing, quite sinister. And that's the same here, you've got these very dark outlines of these birds all taking off. It's very, very dark in this photo. So again, quite sinister, quite dark. So just consider the way the photographers use the settings for their photos to try and make you feel a certain way. They're trying to create a certain mood. And what we're going to do now is we're going to look at how mood is created in writing. And that will give us a task for today. So I'm going to very quickly talk you through this document. This document will be on the website, and your task for today is to look at each of these extracts, write which mood that extract generates, how do you feel when you read the extract, and your evidence, how did it make you feel like that, or why did it make you feel like that, which word choices, or what is it about that extract that made you feel that way. And again, it might be slightly different for each of you. I would say some of the extracts you may recognise. So I'm just going to scroll down. Just to say, I've given you some examples of some moods: cheerful, gloomy, humorous. Just write how you feel. Okay, I'm going to read the first one, we'll think about it, and then we can use some evidence. But no matter which way they went, they couldn't find the way home. They walked all through the night, and then all through the following day, and still they were lost. They were hungry, too, terribly hungry, because all they'd had to eat was a few berries they'd found. They were so tired by this point that they lay down under a tree and fell asleep at once. And when they woke and struggled to their feet, they were still lost, and with every step seemed to be going deeper and deeper into the forest. That extract is actually from a rewritten Hansel and Gretel, if any of you kind of recognise the gist of it. But again, so as you read that, how does it make you feel? And it might be slightly different for each of you. I'm going to actually pick a bit on Calvin, who's my wonderful assistant again today. So hello, Calvin.
Hello.
So Calvin, as I read that, how did it make you feel?
Kind of a bit sad, eerie, in a kind of way, because it's like they walked and walked, and then they felt so hungry they fell down. It's kind of sad if you think about it. They were so hungry, and knowing the story of Hansel and Gretel, the parents didn't feed them.
Good.
So,
That's absolutely right. And again, some of you may have had slightly different answers. I was the same as Calvin. It seems quite dark, it's quite sad. These children are so tired and so hungry. You know, they're lost. Being lost is not something that's a nice sensation. No one wants to be lost. So the fact that we've got the word lost there, they're so tired, they fell asleep at once. They're so hungry, they're hungry too, terribly hungry. They've repeated that point about how hungry they are. And then they've given us some more information. All they'd had to eat was a few berries that they found. That's not a lot to eat at all. So we get the idea of these people being lost. They're so tired, all they've eaten is berries. They fall asleep as soon as they lay down underneath a tree. And they struggle to their feet. That word struggle suggests that it's a real effort for them to even get to their feet. And they're lost, and every step they take, they seem to be going deeper and deeper into the forest. It seems to be getting worse. They're getting progressively more lost. So that's quite a gloomy or sad or eerie, as Calvin said, mood. And the evidence, again, I would use the word choices, repetition of the hunger, the fact that all they'd had to eat was a few berries, so it's reinforcing that hunger with an example. they're so tired they have to struggle to their feet. So as a reader, I get an impression of it being really hard for them to get up. They have to force themselves to get up. And they're going deeper and deeper into the forest. So again, the repetition of deeper seems to suggest that they're almost beyond help. It's almost to the point of no return now. So what we wanted to do is to go through this document. There are about 6, I think, off the top of my head, extracts, and all you need to do is to write down the mood, how does it make you feel, gloomy, happy, cheerful, scared, and why. If you're doing this, you don't have to print this out. If you're doing it at home, just write number 1, 2, 3, 4, and just write number 1, mood, gloomy, evidence, etc., etc. Send that to us either on the email or on Purple Mash, and tomorrow we're going to be looking at the extract we're going to be working on for the rest of this week. Have a great day. Make sure you get outside and play whilst it's dry, and Calvin and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.